All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. Really quickly, want to give a quick shout out and say I love you to my dad. He's not having a great day today, so hopefully this does cheer him up. So I'm talking about three stocks today. We're going to talk about PHUN, we're going to talk about DWAC, and we're going to talk about LAES, all right? And clearly PHUN was the story of the day, and I'll tell you, we were hunting this thing since the morning. Look, I don't wake up very early. 9 o'clock is on the early side, kind of, but we were looking for 41 just, I mean, literally from the morning, right? So PHUN did the job, and the good thing was we were actually just watching it together, right? So DWAC's another one I was taking a look at, and obviously the two are connected. Look, I am not here to talk about politics. In all honesty, my life will not change much regardless of who's living in the White House, all right? So I don't care who wins. What I do care about is riding momentum, and hey, when Trump's name is in the news, PHUN and DWAC always need to come to mind, all right? Crazy things are happening after hours, big drop, right? Normally I say after hours are a little bit of a trap, and I try to ignore them, but this is pretty extreme, and yeah, we'll talk about this one in a second, all right? LAES, listen, LAES is starting to become a volume king, a volume queen for my ladies out there, all right? And volume is super important for a stock to do well, and I think that's why it needs to stay on the radar, all right? It actually did have a good day today, relatively speaking. Not a great day. It looked like it was going to do better, but still. Excuse me, sorry, a little hiccup right there. But look, before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. I haven't touched this stock in a long time because there's been a lot of bad on this thing, obviously, right? But I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can actually share the video, please. It's just a click and it helps so much, all right? So look, let's get into it. And again, listen, I am not pro-Trump, I am not anti-Trump, I am not pro-Biden, I am not anti-Biden, I don't care, all right? Like my life, knock on wood, the life with my wife, us, my parent, like, shouldn't change so dramatically regardless of who's in the White House, all right? That's really one of the biggest reasons why I sincerely don't care, all right? That said, look, when Donald Trump starts to make headlines, you need to look at DWAC and PHUN. I have said this so many times, all right? And man, today shows why. Look, the guy didn't just win the Iowa caucus. He destroyed the Iowa caucus, all right? Again, I know, what's her name? Nikki Haley. I know she's getting a lot of buzz. I know the dude in Florida is getting a lot of buzz. I know there's some Indian guy that's trying to get really loud and make a name for himself. Donald Trump destroyed them all. And again, I'm not here to tell you what I think of the man. I'm not here to tell you what I think of this and that and those and these. I'm just here to tell you, when Donald Trump drops the hammer, so will stocks like this. And in all honesty, I'm a little surprised DWAC didn't do better. All right, I actually assumed DWAC is number 1 and PHUN is number 2. Clearly, it was this right here, all right? My other favorite thing, I started the video with it, but again, this wasn't much of a surprise to us. Look, again, I'm not going to say anyone woke up today thinking this was going to run 400%, right? But 9 o'clock is 9, 10 is 12 o'clock. Wait, no, I know we were talking about it earlier. Get out of here. Come on. Give me a sec. You see, sometimes I try to set these up and then I don't do well. PHUN. Let's see what I find on PHUN. Dun dun. Boom bum. Boom bum. Dang, give me a second. All right. Let's see if I have the number. I don't have it. All all right, whatever. Believe me, come to the Discord if you haven't. That's kind of the point of that little section right there, all right? So, look, again, what do I always say? You know the rhymes, right? Break the 50, go to the 100, break the 50, break the 100, go to the 200. That was the hunt here, all right? That is what a lot of it was. And you know what? That's what you know what? It might make sense that it was around that 9 o'clock hour, 12 o'clock Eastern. Because I remember what we were obviously looking at. I think by the time I woke up, it was maybe already pushing 30 or so. You know, I also even, damn, there's a couple things jumping out right now. I'm like, so many things on my mind right now. All right, let me take a step back. I remember talking about this candle. Give me a second. I know I said 8:30, right? Okay, so look. This is the one thing I talked about, and you can see it in the circle and why my thoughts were. And again, you can see where we were at the time, right? This one single big candle is the only thing in this red. There's definitely a little horizontal right here, and you can see that that's pretty much the 200 anyways, right? But this entire, like, one of my favorite rhymes is red turns into green, and this was the only thing that was standing in the way. Once that 8:30 candle broke, it became a race to the 200 moving average, and I mean it ran it like nothing, like butter, man. From there, once that 35 broke, we started hunting that 41. And I'll be honest with you, you actually saw we were hunting 51 for a second. It got really close. It got into the high 49s if I'm not mistaken. But again, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, right? And again, that's what that Discord's kind of starting to become. I love that little place, all right? What's going on after hours? Look, you know I always say after hours is a big trap, and generally it's an easy place to get fooled, all right? I think it makes a good amount of sense because, look, the daily RSI is crazy high at a 95. I always say 80 is really high. I always say 85 is really high. We're at a 95. That's crazy. That's crazy high, all right? And you need a little bit of a cool down. Even this crazy drop all the way down to 17 is only taking us down to an 85, right? So like a very drastic drop is still a really high RSI, all right? So that's a really big drop. And again, what's basically happening, look, getting over the 200 wasn't real, is what this is actually kind of just telling me right now. It's kind of saying, look, I think the 100 is probably what maybe is real. And let's be honest, I'm zooming out right now, all right? This 100 moving average, this blue line right here, has been a problem for a long time, since right here, all right? Since February of 22. That entire 2-year, almost an entire 3-year window, we've really only been over it once, twice, and that's kind of it. Today was the third time, right? So that ain't no joke of a line. That is no joke of a line. And again, the 200 has literally never been touched in that exact same window, actually, right? So actually not the same window, basically since April, sorry. But nonetheless, you get the point. So the 200 makes sense that it's getting a hard rejection. It's still trying to climb, right? And again, for me, I'm not looking at after hours. What am I expecting? Look, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up right there around that 25 cents, roughly the bottom of this September 11th candle, okay? I am not, again, surprised at all if we come down as low as 17, all right? And really, we might even come into the 12s come tomorrow, because again, just look at the 50 moving average. This red line has literally never been over since right here, since February of last year. It's been almost a year since we've been under that 50 moving average line. So that's actually no guarantee. I think 12 is a little too extreme. I don't think we'll go that low. Maybe 15. I think 15 might be the lowest that this thing goes. Listen, this is not going to be the last time we hear Donald Trump's name, all right? Donald Trump, again, is very good at getting attention. And I'm not here to hate on him or to love him. I'm here to make money when I can, right? And this is some of the silliness that comes with that man's name, all right? So again, the real line is going to be this 35-cent line. Roughly speaking, this thing's coming down, so maybe it'll come to like 33, 34 in the next kind of 34, 32, sorry, went the wrong way, give or take. But yeah, I think the next really important thing is to see how tomorrow reacts to this 25-cent line. If we can hold 25 cents, oh man, that might make for an interesting week, all right? If we end up holding the 17 tomorrow, like let's say we close around 17 or 18 tomorrow, okay? It's going to be really important that Thursday takes me up to at least 21, 22, right? Because look, I'm looking for one of two things. I'm looking for either give me at least half of today. Let's maintain half of this big, silly ridiculousness, or let's maintain the 100 and then confirm it the day after. That's my 1-2 that I'm looking for, all right? I'll be honest, I'm really not expecting this to go up to 35. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, though, all right? I don't think it's worth looking at the weekly. Let me just look. Oh, look at that. The 50 moving average pretty much stopped it perfectly, actually. Look at that. 50 moving average is at 42 cents. We closed at 42 cents. Hey, the weekly gave us something. I'll take it. I don't think this is about the weekly chart at all. I think this is very much a day-to-day thing. I don't know what the Republican caucus schedules and the debates and all that look like. That's probably something I should put into, especially some time into, especially if I'm gonna cover these a little more. Look, this is at 42 at the close. We are now well below 50% down after hours, right? That's a scary thing, don't get me wrong, right? But hey, depending on where you got in, you still might be doing all right, right? So PHUN, this seems like a pump and dump, don't get me wrong, but one more time, I don't think we're done talking about and trading for Trump, all right? DWAC, I'm going to come into DWAC. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your opinions, even if you disagree, all right? Let's come into DWAC, and interesting to see this holding up a little bit better, all right? Now, again, I always say, hey, real quick, if you can please subscribe and share the video, much, much appreciated, okay? This is definitely going down after hours, right? Like you don't want to see that. It's definitely doing a little bit better than PHUN, to say the least, right? That one's down a little more than 50%, but you can argue that this is basically given up half of the run itself today, right? So it's kind of apples and oranges of what's doing better, what's doing worse, okay? I think the reason this one's not going as low is because of this RSI. Look, 83 is high, all right? What number are you right here? It was 81 not that long ago, all right? Oh, it's been a while since it's been super high. How high is that? Damn, not even that one's a 79. Oh man, no, it's been we've never pushed these levels. Oh, I thought I saw something. That's kind of funny. I did not. Interesting. Okay, so the RSI in this 83 is actually the highest it has ever been. That's literally what we just saw. Let me at least just draw the line, make it just a little higher. That's 88. That's too high. Sorry. Sometimes I look for perfection. I swear, I feel like it's like wasting a couple minutes. But yeah, as I zoom back out, oh, there was something right here. What were you? This was an 85. So we've peaked at an 85. That was only a 79. What were you? That was an 80, and then I think we saw some 82s here, 79s, damn, 79s, 81s. Okay, yeah. So again, we're pushing the highest of the RSIs, right? So it makes sense. It's gonna want to cool down. Post market's bringing it down to a 79. That again could be okay. Now look, today there's a difference between PHUN and DWAC as well. All right, real quick, PHUN did not break all the moving averages. PHUN is still actually trying to climb the moving averages, right? DWAC, as of today, and you can see it. It tried here, it tried here, it tried here. Like it's actually been sitting over all the moving averages for a bit. I'm looking at post market. Let me go to regular. So that's a big difference to me, because you know my rhyme, break them all and fly, right? Now again, with PHUN, I often stress, hey, if the spacing between the lines is great, break the 100, go to the 200 can bring a lot of money, and it obviously did, right? But with DWAC, I actually liked the setup a little more. And then again, what I actually said was, I think this is a little more important than PHUN if I was to give him like a hierarchy, right? So actually a little surprised to see the other one go more than, I mean, almost 20x. I'm kind of roughing it, right? But 10x is 280. I think went 4 something, right? So yeah, wild, right? I love the fact that we closed over the biggest candle on the left, all right? This July 21st day was the biggest candle to the left, and yeah, clearly we're over that, right? There's really nothing else that much bigger. And it looks like, again, after hours, you know, I don't put a lot of weight to it, but it seems like we're still holding that pretty well as well, right? Still early, you know that, but again, just food for thought, right? But again, we have been trying to but couldn't, trying to but couldn't break all 5. Today was a big day, all right? And you know you can't get too excited over a single day. We need confirmation, all right? We need confirmation. My next line up is 23, okay? It seems like there are some lines I probably could draw like right here. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's a good line. So I just drew this 2070 line. It's a little bit higher than that July candle I was just referencing. And roughly speaking, it's about half of today's. So I like that. I think if we can hold this for tomorrow, that should be really good. I know I was just talking about the RSI a bit. It looks like the MACD hasn't really run in the positive side for a long time. Now, granted, DWAC's not even that old a stock, right? But MACD doesn't really run very high in the positive world. It's only gone into the 5s. Geez. 6s. Interesting. Again, I don't really talk about the numbers much in the MACD, but obviously the higher and higher and higher you can go in the positive world, the further and further your fears of negative land are, right? So, yeah, I like this though. I think that's a good, again, for me, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm not here to tell you I love Trump. I'm not here to tell you I hate Trump. I'm here to tell you when Trump does anything, you got to look at these 2 stocks, all right? Plain and simple. Rumble is another one, RUM. That's probably worth mentioning. Throw me in the comments if you want me to start looking at that one, but I think these 2 are just a little bit more important. So let me know your thoughts and opinions, even if you disagree. You know I'm not here pretending to know it all right? That'd be silly, okay? Let's take a look at LAES. Okay. First of all, I'll be real honest. This one fooled me a little bit today. I thought we were going to run to that 337 line. I saw the very, very big, very, very full candle. I saw us living over this big one. My kitty needs to go outside. Oh, no. Ow. Bye. Meow. All right, sorry about that. That's actually a good place to pause and say, hey, really quick, if you can please subscribe and share, that would be so, so appreciated, okay? So let's get back to this. Like I said, I got fooled today by LAES. I cannot pretend it at all right? Yeah, just look at the hour, right? Let me zoom in. So today is the 16th, so this entire window is the 16th. Man, we were climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and showing strength and strength and strength, and it looked like we were going, and then boom, that 1 hour just destroyed most of it, right? So yeah, it was a day that got to me, but there's a couple things that are crazy important to highlight, all right? It's actually not this. I zoomed out to talk about red, because you know I love to, but let me zoom in and talk about volume, all right? So look, I used to cover NVOS and TTOO religiously because they started to become monster volume stocks, all right? LAES has gone 45 million shares on this day, and it's gone 43.9, almost 44 million shares the last 50%, 2 of the last 4 days have been living in this 40 million world. One of the days we completely smashed it, taking it to 80 something million. On the day that was the pathetic volume, it was still 15 million. All right. This is becoming a volume powerhouse, okay? And when you can start bringing volume, when you can start growing and holding, look, I mean, there was reverse splits, right? So it's not going to be as loud, but there was a lot of volume, and that's what made it run. All right, TTOO. There was a lot of volume, and that's what made it run. You know what I mean? LAES, there's a lot of volume. All right, and now I get to say it. There's a lot of red. I don't know if you fast forwarded or not. All right, with PHUN. Let me zoom in. Sorry, no, that was the perfect view. With PHUN, I talked about this red, but there was one big candle right here, this 830 candle, that was something. And it actually did put a little resistance on the day for PHUN. Obviously, it smashed it, right? Coming into LAES, there is literally nothing. There is literally nothing. And I even said it, this 337 line isn't actually a real line I would normally draw. I just put one on some reds is basically what I did. Lo and behold, it's actually done pretty well. But man, there's not a lot between here and there. And I don't want to talk about $5 on a 260 stock, right? Like that's a little aggressive in my slow and steady kind of world, right? But there are some interesting things happening, and I think the biggest, most important thing is volume, all right? So with LAES, I think someone just asked it earlier. Boom. Give me a sec. Dude, I hate doing this. I'm telling you, I am not the best. I think people are just talking a bunch. Boom, thank you. I knew I saw it. Okay, I said this earlier in the morning. LAES needs to close over 280 for it to want more. I'm obviously paraphrasing that right there. We didn't quite do that. We got to 260. I wanted 280. I wanted higher. I wanted right there. That's higher criteria than I normally. Most of the time, I actually, and I even say it. Give me a sec. Okay. No, it was the first time. Give me a sec. Boom. Give me a sec. This is when I originally say it. No, okay, so again, same screenshot. Normally I'd say a little lower than this 280. Normally I actually would have said about 260. We're about a half this big candle from a couple days ago, right? I wanted the 280 because, again, I need to believe that 100 moving averages. This can very easily suck us down to 240, if not even as low as 217 tomorrow. Otherwise, we got to go up to, tomorrow is either 280 or 240 or worse. It's one of the two. 280 and higher or 240 and lower. I can't imagine anything different with LAES. Listen to me though. I think this is more about the volume picking up, the volume holding, the volume becoming something different. Look at this weekly volume right here. All right. It doesn't look it. I mean, obviously it actually kind of does, because again, look how big that was. No one sold that off. Bought a little more. No one sold that off. Whole mess of buying. None of that was sold off. And like, people have been accumulating shares the last 4 weeks, the last month. All right, like something's happening here, it seems. LAES, you got to keep this on your radar. This is an interesting doji. I haven't even talked about the doji candle itself, right? I don't think it's generally a good thing when you see a big wick up and all of a sudden it come down, right? Because again, what the uncertainty is look, we open at 256, we close at 259, literally just a pennies. No, that's the wrong thing to look at, because obviously we were up from here. But again, look in the box, right? From 256, the bottom line right here, all the way up to 259. Insignificant, nothing. That said, some people thought we were ready to fly and break this candles. Others kind of said, no. It's all about the 100, 280. I think that's a good thing. I repeated myself a little too much. I apologize. Let me know if there's anything else I missed. Let me know if you have any other thoughts and opinions, even if you disagree. Otherwise, hey, you know it. Thank you.